No, it is definitely not staying the same size. And it is not the right aspect ratio at all. Alright, well what is it getting set to? Yeah, of course, every single one of these damn variables is hidden. Alright, the height. And that's the foreground plane, which we don't really care about. We care about the background plane. What is this? The background plane is not even getting set, because copy-paste error. Well, that would also do it, wouldn't it? Alright, well, let's check if all these things are getting set up as we would like them to. So the size is 179 times with an aspect of 1.80. Wow, what? So if we do draw the background plane, we're like covering up everything. Okay, so the background plane is actually drawing stuff that's in the foreground, I guess. Well, obviously... Jeez, come on, what is this? So let's see what the tangent is and all that. So let's put the unscaled height. Let's throw that in there. We actually were setting the scale of the Z to 0. Interesting. Well, that's fine. Just have to print out all the things. So kind of quiet at the moment, at least, because I've been streaming quite a bit today and I'm still working, so you know, you just kind of, after a while, there's not a whole hell of a lot to say. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So distance to plane is blah with a tangent of negative 0.0. I mean, that should be the tangent of the FOV. So what is field of view on the camera? It's 30. So we should have the tangent of 15. And the tangent of 15 is fucking 0.26. What the hell is this crap where the tangent of... This is just... That's not the tangent. Like, that's... Why in the hell is the tangent... That cannot be the fucking tangent. Like... Obviously, tangent for F-math is in radians. Let's take a look at F-math real quick. Because it was taking degrees for everything, so now it's taking... Can we just go to it then? Go to declaration? Return tan F. Okay, what is tan F? Floating point that represents an angle in radians. Alright, so F-math is just, it does not consistentify things. So, yeah, the reason I'm upset here is because this degrees to radians stuff is really annoying because some of the functions take degrees, some of them take radians. And this thing wraps like an internal function for the operating system or whatever, which takes radians. Everything is always frustrating. And inconsistent. Always inconsistent, at least. So, I guess it's consistently frustrating. But, let's see. Well, that was why we're getting the wrong tangent value. Because Unreal works in degrees, and then it has math functions in radians. And it's like, oh, come on, you already wrapped tan F, you know, for us. Why didn't you guys at least make it consistent? It's like, well, because backwards compatibility, right? Yeah, because backwards compatibility, and you did it wrong to begin with. Maybe we'll fix it in an Unreal 5. I doubt it. Alright, distance to plane is blah, and tangent is correct. Size of world units is 5261 by 3108. Size is 56 by 34. So, let's take a look at the background there. So that's the effect we want. We definitely want it to look like that, which is, we want it to look better. I think the scale is wrong though. And how is the scale off? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to add a scale real quick. And I'm just going to throw it in the game data. And we're going to call this one plane scale. And we're going to set it to 100.0f to begin with. But this will allow us to change the plane scale on it for ourselves. And narrow down what exact scale we want. And we can mess with that until we get it proper. Because I think we got it, we just need to figure out if it's like 10 times or 100 times or whatever times. It's probably that the world units are different than the pixel units for the screen. And we might be off by just a factor of 100 or something. Maybe the scale is now 1. What a concept. What a concept that would be, that the scale is now 1 instead of some ridiculous other pile of garbage. Yes, 1 to 1. Also, welcome back, Karakan. We're here for the quote-unquote 4th hour of the day. Which is a reference to talk radio, at least a reference that I come up with. Because like you'll have like crazy people on talk radio, and they'll like have a show for like 3 or so hours, and if they ever have a 4th hour, they put on like the crazier person. So this is the 4th hour. All right, let's see what we've got here. 2 hours into June. Well, greetings from the future, I guess, or greetings from the past. We're still in May over here. How come I can't see this thing? It's plane scale, it's right there. Guess it didn't compile it. There's a museum of 4 AM, pretty cool concept. There's everything that was invented way after midnight, when people should have been doing something else besides being awake. Or does it just discuss how people didn't used to sleep through the night, and sleeping through the night is actually a recent thing? Yeah, I'm basically trying to get this camera thing sorted out so I can effectively show Adam the difference with all the shadow stuff. And we'll see. But there's definitely that whole problem there. A specific time gets mentioned, yes. Well, it's right there where you're not usually awake at 4 in the morning. Like, you really aren't. Unless there's a real specific reason for it. Because it's a little too late for just, oh, I like to stay up late sort of crap. Alright, let's see. A scale of 1. A scale of 10. A scale of 100. A scale of 1000. A scale of... Well, let's see. Does it adjust with our aspect ratio? Does it adjust with our zoom? Yes, perfectly. So the scale needs to be something like 500, 600, 700, 400, 300, 200, 100, 99, 150. 200, 190, 180, 185, 184. Whoa. Alright. And just like that, and that's actually correct. Like, is that getting the top of the track? Or is that a shadow on something else? That's got to be the shadow of this thing upon the world. Yeah, this is what it needs to look like. So this is another issue with the perspective camera, is in that background. Is that, that's actually correct. It's actually drawing that thing back there, and that is what we are supposed to see. So, I mean, the other question is, you know, we can mess around with a few of these things. I'm gonna have to mess with this. I want to be able to switch between orthographic and non-orthographic real quick, and I'm not happy about the jagginess. Alright, so if the camera data says turn it to orthographic and the projection mode does not equal orthographic, then set it to orthographic, else if orthographic is false and camera mode equals orthographic, change it to perspective. Alright, so we'll be able to toggle that entire camera setup right there. For a second, I thought the world had turned upside down. My brain did not recognize where things were. It was like, Okay, so this is what it looks like orthographic. Why am I not seeing... Oh. This doesn't make much sense. So we're setting the scales to the right things, I guess. So why aren't we seeing anything in the background? Well, what did I change here that messed everything up for that? I mean, the only thing I changed was the order of resizing and positioning. Which, if I remember properly, there was some sort of horrible thing that happened with resizing and repositioning or something where everything was going straight to hell. Where the order of that was causing massive, massive problems. Yeah, okay, here we go. So, we should be able to switch back and forth between our orthographic and perspective cameras. Looks like the plane scale is the aspect ratio. Times 100. I was like, it's 177. I'm like, 177 is a pretty special number. So it's got to be something real close to that aspect ratio, and then of course it was. So let's take a look. So this is our perspective camera as it is right now. We take out drawing the foreground plane. It looks like such. So if we do draw the foreground plane, I kind of like the foreground plane still being there. Like, I mean, it's just the same crap drawing, so we can actually still get that. Though it has a greater field of view. So the other thing that's kind of a problem is, let's just make sure our scale is proper here. Yeah, those things are using an odd material, so I think that's why they're not drawn super well. So let's see if we like zoom in and all that stuff, if the zooming looks good. Oh man, you can see that the foreground just like comes way in here. But there is some really cool stuff there where, you know, there you go, there's some lighting that, you know, we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Hmm. So what if we just turn off the background stuff? Then our background looks like that. Yeah, this is all super tuned for... I guess we're gonna have to tune things differently for keyboard and Xbox controller or whatever, because it's too sensitive with keyboard. Which you should probably just standardize on one. Gosh, even at this field of view, it's still hugely different in terms of what it looks like. And what it feels like, because it feels so much better with an orthographic projection as a game. I guess we just have to remake everything to make it a little bit more friendly, you know? Well, let's go ahead and switch over to the other level and see what it even looks like. Because this level, let's actually do an experiment here. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a stairway to heaven and see what it looks like from way above. That looks fine. Alright, let's switch over to the other level and see what that looks like at all. So this is what it used to look like. Man, those particles are just so slow. That FPS stat causing massive slowdowns. So if we go here and we go to our standard player and we switch it to the Bitey perspective player, if we still got that waterfall in the background. Let's see if it looks... Well, we should head to the rock and see what the rock looks like. So it looks like that versus... versus having a frickin' tree just like off in the middle of nowhere. What the hell is that tree doing? Yes, that tree is there. So the difference is Well, let's see. I should be able to adjust that. You can see that things are a lot more washed out with the camera. With the camera so much farther away. So let's jump down here. And that's what he was doing, was he was putting stuff out down there. Don't hate the chillin' tree. So the other thing we could do is this. Which, to be honest, does not look bad. Like, I mean, I understand that, you know, this is way in the background and all sorts of stuff like that. But I kind of like just that. You know? Like, that's... It might be better to just get rid of the sandwich camera and just go with that camera. You know, the world looks a lot flatter, I'd say, but it kind of looks like it fits better, you know? I don't know, it's an interesting concept. Oh no, there's a little area to go get stuck in over there. It makes the world feel a lot bigger, at least. It makes Bitey feel a lot smaller, and the world a lot more like just huge. Yeah, I think we might want to just get rid of the sandwich camera entirely then. I think I'm a fan of. I think I'm a fan of the newer camera, but without the capture planes.